We are 1 week away from Super Bowl 59 as it's the NFC Conference Championship between the 8-9 Vikings and the 16-1 Giants. The Vikings entered this playoff run. They are one of 3 teams with a losing record. But, despite that record, they won 2 in a row to get here, so it's well earned. And for the Giants, they lost in the Super Bowl last year, and today they look to head to their second straight, potentially for a win this time in Super Bowl 59. As welcome back to the Madden 23 franchise as we wind down this Madden year, and the Giants try to head to their second straight Super Bowl and try to win one to end the series outright if I decide to end it after this season. And Jonathan looks for another incredible playoff game as the Vikings we haven't seen this year. They've been underperforming. Here's Barkley, had a underperforming divisional round against the Cowboys, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns, which compared to his normal numbers you saw there are underperforming. Here's who isn't underperforming. Justin Jefferson, 15 catches, 328 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the 2 playoff games. That is almost 100 yards more per game than his season average. He's really turned it on in the 2 playoff games. And is going to look for another huge one as the Giants defense has been shut down over the last month as the Giants won the toss and deferred. We'll see the Giants defense first. Joey Sly will kick it away. Let's do it here at MetLife. We are underway. Now the Vikings offense will start at the 25 with the Hawkins fielded out of bounds. Here's Teddy Bridgewater, 7 touchdowns this postseason, 5 in the wild card game against Seattle. Here's the offense for the Vikings. No Pro Bowlers, but, there's a lot of star talents. Dalvin Cook is still really good. They brought in Darren Waller from Las Vegas. Justin Jefferson is off to one of the best starts ever. We mentioned him at the top. Darisaw is good. They drafted Walter Grimes, and their center is a second-year player who's a superstar. As you see on the field, the first carry to Cook goes for about a yard. Giants defense has really turned it on. They took it to the Falcons in Week 18. They had a good game against Dallas. 17 points is more than acceptable, especially with how good the Dallas offense can be. But overall, it's been the past month. They have turned it on after a slow stretch in November. Pass is incomplete. Thibodeau got a hit. That was for Cook. The Vikings on third down, 47% conversion rate, just below league average. 4-man rush. Pressure. Bridgewater. Deep shot. It's overthrown for Jefferson and a 3 and out. They only got a yard. Cam Johnston will punt a minute into this game, not even, and Leon Boss from the 24 will take it. We'll try to go east and west across the 30, and William Jackson III tackles him at the 32. Here is Jonathan. His stats in the divisional round against Dallas, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns. His 6th game with 5 total touchdowns or more. That is just remarkable. Here's the Giants offense that we've come to know and love. It's, really it's been without a hitch how well it's played. It's just, you really can't. Nothing has changed. I mean, Bernie Downing has still played really well all year, even though he doesn't have the production to match it. No one's been worthy of being benched, even if there were a couple drop issues. But it's just been the best offense in football, and it has been since Jonathan took over last year. They'll start at the 32, and a play fake to Barkley on the outside, chased by Phillips. Jonathan deep downfield. Oh, what a grab! Terry McLaurin for 40 to start the game, down to the 28. And a great start for the Giants offense as here's the Vikings defense. And you can see the big hole against the run. They are really bad against it. They have 1 Pro Bowler. It's their safety, Lewis Seen. Imani Mooney, a guy they drafted to try to help the run. As you see the rest of the defense with Daniil Hunter, Zadarius Smith, they can come after the passer. But if they can't stop the run, it's going to be a long game for them. Jonathan, a deep drop. He is hit by Smith, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 28. And a keeper for Jonathan, and a good block by Blasingame. Andrew Thomas gets another block inside the 15 and down to the 12. A gain of 16. So they'll give it 17 as we're in the red zone now. Giants 27th in the NFL in the regular season. Really good against Dallas in the divisional. Pass over the middle. It's caught by Downing down to the 3. The Vikings just below league average, tied with Detroit and Jacksonville. They give up a touchdown 61% of the time. Barkley up the middle, down to the 2. The Giants, the best team on third down. They didn't do that well against Dallas, but still came out with a blowout victory. 3rd and inches, back to Barkley they go. Met in the backfield. He's going to fight for the first. He was met 2 yards deep, and they still picks up the first. First and goal at the 1. Back to Barkley. A block by Jenkins, and in for the touchdown. Third of the playoffs, and if you combine regular and postseason, his 20th of the year. And the Giants strike first 5 minutes into it. So a great start by the Giants. Joey Sly, who's been near perfect, is up and good. It's 7-0 after 7 plays. Vikings take back over with a 2nd and 10 at the 25. Under center is Bridgewater. He'll throw with a 3-man rush. On the outside, wide open, is Juwan Jennings out of bounds with 9. 3rd and 1. From the 34, 4-man rush. Quick pass. There's Jefferson. He turns the corner for a first down gain of 11. The Bridgewater's quickly hit 2 in a row. First down at the 45. Back in the shotgun. And a 4-man rush. Bridgewater stepping back. Has time. And Jennings again. Down to the 43 into Giants territory. Now a 3rd and 10. They need the 33 to convert. 4-man rush again. Ojulari closing. Bridgewater underneath and dropped by Cook. And they will punt again. Back-to-back punts for Cam Johnston. The former Eagle gets it away. It's a good one, angling to the sideline. Boss won't have a chance at it. It's out of bounds at the 11. It's a really good punt, and the Giants are backed up. So first down at the 11. And a fake to Barkley. And Jonathan on the run. Chased. He's going to find someone downfield. He's got McLaurin, the leaping grab across the 30. And McLaurin for 21. A 3 for 4 start, 69 yards already. First down at the 32. And a quick flip to McLaurin, who's in the zone. McLaurin for about 8. So Jerry McLaurin already heavily involved in this one, halfway in the first quarter. Quick flip to Ridley, has the first with ease. Gets rocked by Dantzler, but has the first. Now 2nd and 8. And another quick flip. Good block by McLaurin. Bernie Downing upfield. And out of bounds at the 40. Another first, as they are just chewing through yardage. First down at the 40. Give to Barkley. Follows the blocking. Barkley with his first really good game of the day down to the 28. He's now 4 for 16. So now a 2nd and 13 under the 5-minute mark of this first quarter. And Jonathan with a blitz. It's picked up over the middle. Wide open. McLaurin down to the 15. 8 for 9 starts here in the first quarter. He has just been incredible. He's hit 7 in a row. Jonathan pressured. He's got Barkley out of bounds with another gain of 6. And we'll take a look at the first 10. He's hit 8 in a row, including the 8-yarder to Barkley. And the only incompletion he was hit as he's thrown intended for Bellinger. But 9 for 10, 118 yards. Still looking for that first touchdown, but you got Barkley to pound it in the first time. This is still the second drive of the game for the Giants as they're at the 6, 3 tight ends. On a 3rd and 1, Barkley up the middle, follows the blocking inside the 5 and down to the 4. A 7 for 18 for the superstar back. First and goal at the 4. Final 3 minutes and a keeper. Jonathan's going to outrun Hunter for the touchdown. His 3rd of the playoffs. And the 5th, he had 15 in the regular season, and the Giants double the lead. Joey Sly with a kick. And it's 14-0. They went down the field, 89 yards. Over 12 plays, it took 6 minutes off the clock. In final 2 minutes, the Vikings take back over the 25. Bridgewater in an empty set, 4-man rush. He has time. Wide open on the outside, it is caught. Making a move, and another is Doug Anthony. And Anthony has about 9. 2nd and 1. Power set. They had the fullback in. And to give to Cook up the middle has the first. The Vikings now have 3 rushing yards on the day. And they're all by Cook over 3 carries. First down at the 36. 4-man rush. Pressured across the body. Almost picked. As we'll take a look at the first 10 for Bridgewater. And you see 4 of his incompletions are intended for Dalvin Cook. You can see Juwan Jennings and Justin Jefferson making up a bulk of it. And then there's the one grab by Doug Anthony, but 4 for 10, 41 yards. It is tough sledding for Teddy Bridgewater against this defense, which has just been incredible for over a month now. Bridgewater over the middle. Wide open is Doug Anthony into Giants territory to the 45. Tackled by Kendricks. Second quarter begins with a 2nd and 7 and a give to Cook, who has a hole. Dalvin Cook picks up 5. Now with third and short. 3rd and 2. They need the 35 to convert. 4-man rush. Quick play over the middle. He's got Juwan Jennings. And 3rd and Juwan has the first. So getting close, or they're in scoring range, getting close to touchdown range is Bridgewater. Over the middle, he's got his man. That's Anthony. Down to the 16, a gain of 9. We'll take a look at the red zone. Tied with Dallas. 28th in the NFL. 45% touchdown rates. 2nd and 1. Passes caught in traffic. That's Jefferson again. The Giants, best team in the red zone in the regular season on defense. 34% of the time they gave up a touchdown. And they were really good against Dallas too. Bridgewater wide open is dropped by Waller. Now it's 3rd and 8. They can get a first at the 3. And they keep the drive alive. Bridgewater, 4-man rush. He's dropped! Thibodeau with his 6th of the playoffs. A career-high 5 against Dallas, and they'll force Cairo Santos out. He went 3 for 4 in his 2 games on field goal tries. This one up and good from 33. And the Vikings on the board is 14-3. Giants take over at the 20 with a 2nd and 10. Jonathan has time, and in traffic, McLaurin another first. Gain of 14. Jonathan still only 1 incompletion on the day. 2nd and 8. Give to Barkley up the middle. Barkley with a huge hole. And Barkley loses it. It's picked up by Spellman. And there he goes. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. And Booth brings him down at the 5. William Jackson forces it. But Dave Spellman sets up the Giants with the goal to go. Unbelievable. What a play. 1st and goal from the 5. In the pistol. And back to Barkley up the middle. After the fumble, we'll take it to the 3. Doesn't get credit for half of those yards, as most of it was Spellman. 2nd and goal. Play action. Jonathan on the run. Trying to find someone. Tries to throw across the body, but he stepped out of bounds. So it's 3rd and goal from the 7 now. As we reach the halfway mark of the 2nd quarter, Jonathan will throw. Quick pass. He's in. Touchdown, New York. Terry McLaurin, 4th of the playoffs. He had 3 against Dallas last week. And it's 21-3 after the kick by Sly. And it's utter domination once again here in the first half as it's 21-3. 7 plays, 79 yards. The Vikings take back over with a 1st and 10. We've seen the script time in, time out as underneath it's caught by Waller, and Waller has it first. Where the Giants are off to a super hard start in the first half, and then cool off in the 2nd. That pass is caught. Waller, another first a broken tackle as he takes it to midfield. The question is, usually, can you keep up enough to make it a game in the 2nd half, or can the Giants just run the clock out? So far, it's just run the clock out. Wide open is Cook inside the 30 and down to the 26. So the Giants starting to crack a bit on defense. The Vikings starting to get something together. First down to the 26. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Snapping it at 6. A pump by Bridgewater. Pressure by Thibodeau. Over the middle is Cook. Rocked for 7. 2nd and 3. Hawkins in at running back for the first time today. He was returning kicks. Breaks a tackle and has a first to gain of 6. Hawkins still in there on first down at the 14 as we pass the 4-minute mark. And a give to Hawkins. And a block by Waller. Hawkins another gain of about 5. 3 tight ends on 2nd and 5 at the 9. The Vikings trying to cash in again. Bridgewater chased. Ojolari. He's going to get him back down to the 22. His first of the playoffs. He had a 13.5 in the regular season. And it's 3rd and 19. So the Giants get the big play in the red zone again. It's 3rd and forever. They can get a first at the 3. Bridgewater will throw. And fire. It's caught, but that's going to not be close. It's Naylor, and it's 4th down. Cairo Santos, a shorter kick. This one up and good. It's 21-6, so we will avoid 28-3. That's the good news. The Vikings back on the board. 21-6 the score with 2:04 to play. Jonathan will throw. Pressured by Smith over the middle. It's Ridley, and Ridley has a first as we take it to the 2. So at the 25 with 1:58 on the clock. Jonathan will throw. Over the middle. Wide open is McLaurin. A stiff arm and gets rocked at the 43. A gain of 18. Now at the 43 with 1:27 on the clock. 4-man rush. And underneath, wide open is Downing. Tries to turn the corner. Jackson tackles him in bounds. So we pass the 60-second mark here on the 2nd and 10 from the 42. Jonathan with a blitz. It's picked up. Over the middle, it is caught. Downing down to the 27, and they'll take that first time out. With 55 seconds on the clock. From the 27, empty set, 4 receivers out there underneath. Wide open is Galladay. Inside the 15 and out of bounds at the 12. So the Giants offense moving in a hurry now. From the 12. Middle, wide open, dropped by Downing. 2nd down at the 12. 46 seconds remain, and they'll go to Barkley to try to burn some more clock down to the 10. So they take about 10 seconds off the clock on a 3rd and 8. They can get a first at the 2. Jonathan pressured. He's intercepted! Picked up by Cameron Bynum. His 2nd career pick, the first in the playoffs, is his first since 2021. And that will take us to the break as the Giants still, even with the interception, lead 21-6. And that could be a momentum shift, but the Giants do get the ball out of half. As we'll take a look at the first half tendencies. In the first half of the Vikings, they have struggled a lot. 38% short throw rate, 71% completion percentage for 50 air yards. But for the Giants, a lot more success. 38% short frequency and the same completion percentage. But you can see, I mean, it's a lot different feeling at both these teams. As the Giants will start. And Payne will take it out from the 10 across the 25 and down to around the 29. First half drives, there were 4 of them. 3 touchdowns and a pick. They haven't punted yet. And they've all gone at least 65 yards. They've all, except for the 2-minute drill, have gone for at least 3 minutes. They've taken, I mean, it feels like half the game, or half the first half. And it's first down at the 29. They give to Barkley and will go nowhere. Picks up a yard. Barkley 13 for 41. 2nd and 9. Jonathan over the middle. McLaurin another sure-handed grab and a gain of 6. So it's 3rd and 3 on the opening drive of the half. The Giants still haven't punted yet. And a keeper. And Jonathan getting the edge. A stiff arm, but has the first. So approaching midfield again from the 40. Motion. And a flip. It is Downing trying to get the blocking. And falls forward for 8. What an effort. 2nd and 2. Jonathan. Screen not there. Will take off. And a good tackle by Mooney. And it's now 2nd and 9. He picks up the first here at the 49-yard line. Jonathan. Time. Deep ball. He's wide open. Gone. Touchdown, New York. Terry McLaurin, 2nd of the day, 2nd straight game with 2 or more scores as he picks up number 5 of the playoffs. And that flips the momentum right back in favor of New York. It's going to be 28-6 with his kick by Sly. As it's up and good, 7 plays, 72 yards to start the half, and Sly boots it away. And Hawkins will let it go. Here's the first half for the Vikings. 2 punts and 2 field goals. They had 2 5-minute drives, but they both resulted in 3. They were both 11 plays around 60 yards. They're just not good enough. They're not able to keep up. The Giants have been converting their red zone trips to 7s. The Vikings have converted them to 3s. Bridgewater on the first play gets away. Oh, what a throw! Waller down to midfield, a gain of 25. That looked like a sure-handed sack by Dexter Lawrence. Instead, 25 yards to midfield. Quick pass is caught by Doug Anthony to the 40. Another gain of 10. Now 3rd and inches on this opening drive of the half for the Vikings. And the shotgun, Bridgewater will throw. Quick pass, almost picked by Love. And they're going to punt. I mean, this is just an awful decision. 4th and inches from the New York 40 as they fake it. Nothing is open, and Cam Johnston's going to be dropped by Kendricks. And it's a turnover on downs. What a sequence as the Giants take over 3rd and 5. They go delay to Barkley, and the Vikings ready for it. Harrison Phillips as Barkley falls forward for 2. The run game's still not going. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Teach the Vikings what the correct decision is. Jonathan, middle, caught, first down. Ridley gets a block, trying to get out, and down to the 28. Jonathan closing on 300 yards. Another 3rd down and 8, halfway into this 3rd quarter. 4-man rush. Wide open is Barkley inside the 20. Barkley a move and down to the 12. That looked like he was about to go. But first down at the 12. In the pistol, McLaurin gets a motion and gets the flip. Blocked by Bellinger, trying to get the edge inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 6. He got halfway there. 2nd and 3. Get to Barkley. And Barkley got about halfway there. So he got a little more than halfway there. 1st and goal at the 2. They try to give Barkley a second up the middle. And going to be tackled for a loss of 1. A good play there. 2nd and goal. 3 tight ends. Fake it to Barkley. Jonathan on the run. Jonathan, no options. Corner, touchdown! What a throw! Daniel Bellinger, the first of his playoff career. 5 career high in the regular season, and the Giants may have thrown the dagger. 35-6. The kick is good, and a 5-minute drive on 11 plays. After the failed fake punch. 3rd and 10 as the Vikings take back over. And Thibodeau closing, deep shot, intercepted, picked up by Adoree Jackson. His first in the playoffs. He had an NFL leading 10 in the regular season, and the Giants get it right back. So the Giants look to be heading to Super Bowl 59 against the Buffalo Bills. First down of the 47. And a keeper for Jonathan loses 5. The Vikings' run defense, which has been a problem all year, has been really good today. Number 31, but has played better than a lot of teams today. But the pass defense is a bit different today. Is another huge gain. This one by Bellinger. So 3rd and 6. By the way, that was the first turnover of the day for the Vikings. They're now tied up. 3rd and 6 underneath. Wide open and dropped by Bellinger. They'll bring on Sly. Went 2 for 3 and 12 for 12 extra points in the first 2 games. This is his first field goal from 47 on its way, and it is good. 38-6. What a game for the Giants as they looked ahead to their 2nd straight Super Bowl. Bridgewater will start from the 25, 2:01 to play in the 3rd quarter. Thibodeau closing, he has it. Deep shot, incomplete on 3rd down. And it's a punt, their 2nd 3 and out of the day. Unless you count the interception, then it's their 3rd. Keeper for Jonathan on 1st down, trying to outrun Dantzler and out of bounds at the 49. Actually was inbound, 2nd and 3. Back to Barkley to go, and up the middle for a first. Clips the 60-second mark of the 3rd quarter. Trying to run out clock now. Ridley gets the motion and the flip on 1st down, cuts it upfield. Good block by Blasingame, and look at the effort. Ridley's still playing. He picks up 9. Jonathan at 350 yards as we've reached the 4th quarter on 2nd and 1 from the 39. And a give to Barkley. Has a big hole. Another first. They are just chewing through yards again. 3rd and 4. At the 13-minute mark, give to Barkley. Another big gain inside the 20. And Barkley down to the 17, a gain of 10. So 1st down. Barkley, middle, big hole inside the 5. Barkley down to the 4. Approaching 100. He won't get it on this drive no matter what unless Jonathan takes a sack. 1st and goal. Give to Barkley. Tackle for a loss by Harrison Phillips. 2nd and goal. And Jonathan throws, nearly picks, and incomplete. 3rd and goal. They give to Barkley, middle, Barkley down to the 2. And they will go for it on 4th down. If they don't get it, the Vikings will have to go the length of the field. On 4th and goal. Trying to pad the stats. Barkley wants his 2nd. Barkley fighting, he is! Stopped! Didn't get there. And the Vikings take over. So they'll start at the 1 and the goal line set. The Giants, everyone within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Huge hole for Cook, who slows down. He might have had a 99-yarder if he didn't. But a gain of 13 to start the drive. 2nd and 10. From the 14, and Bridgewater is protected. Middle, caught. That's Doug Anthony for another first. 5 catches, 59 for the rookie receiver. First down to the 25. And over the middle, it's caught. Jefferson, another 7. Jefferson, a very quiet day. 4-man rush. Middle, caught. Waller, another first. As the Vikings, halfway in this fourth quarter, it's just for pride at this point and building momentum into next year. If Bridgewater is the quarterback. The floater and the catch on the sideline by Waller. 5 touchdowns for Bridgewater against Seattle. 2 against their last week against Atlanta. Tackled on 2nd and 13. That's a loss of 2 by Farrah Cooper. 3rd and 15. Last hope for the Vikings. And Bridgewater pressured. And he's going to be dropped. Thibodeau again. Number 7 for number 5. Second of the day, his 9th game with 2 or more sacks, which led the NFL. One last hope, a 4th and 26. They need the 41 of New York. Deep shot. Jefferson. New York's heading to Dallas. They're going to play Super Bowl 59 against the Buffalo Bills as they beat the Vikings 38-6. They hold them out of the end zone for 60 minutes. A domination on both sides of the ball. So that was an incredible game on both sides of the ball. It was complete and utter domination. We almost had 400 total yards of offense. Terry McLaurin almost had 200. Jonathan had 350, 3 touchdowns. Of course, the interception. But he had a 4 touchdown game total. Thibodeau had 2 sacks. Ojulari had a sack. Barkley had a touchdown. I think he got robbed. I think he should have had 2 touchdowns, but, whatever. I mean, Bridgewater didn't. The Vikings didn't score a touchdown. They're the highest yardage leader for any player is Waller with 60. They only had 47 rushing yards. They had less than 200 passing yards thanks to the sacks. We got an interception. I mean, they did nothing. I think that's our best game of the year, and it came in the conference championship game, which you just want to see out of the team, and we can hope we can build it on the Super Bowl, or in the Super Bowl, and have another dominating performance. We do have 4 upgrades heading into the Pro Bowl week. Bernie Downing up to a 77, Aaron Robinson up to a 77, Bradley Johnson up to a 76, and Julian Love up to a 76. So with that, it's Pro Bowl week, and we'll take a look at the Pro Bowl rosters. We'll just look at the starters in the AFC. Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, the running back. Derek Watt, the fullback. Devontae Adams, Juju Smith-Schuster, Tim Patrick, the receivers. Travis Kelce, the tight end. Laramie Tunsil, Quentin Nelson, Creed Humphrey, Wyatt Teller, Braden Smith. That's the offensive line, left tackle to right tackle. And in the NFC, Bradley Tracy of the Niners is the quarterback. Christian McCaffrey, the running back. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Chris Godwin, Jahan Dotson, the receivers. Dalton Schultz, the tight end. Bakhtiari, John Runyon of the now the 49ers. Frank Ragnow, Zach Martin, and Tristan Wirfs. That's the offensive line, left to right. Let's go to defense in the AFC. The defensive line, John Quick, Myles Garrett, and DeForest Buckner. For the linebackers, it's TJ Watt, Kenneth Murray Jr., and Alex Highsmith. And in the secondary, Trayvon Diggs, Xavier Howard, Donovan Wolf, and Davante Bradley. In the NFC, the defensive line is Bosa, Sweat, and Jonathan Allen. And for linebackers, it's Matt Barton, Isaiah Simmons, and Micah Parsons. And then the secondary, Dante Jackson, Ambry Thomas, Tyrann Mathieu, and Jordan Fuller. Finally, for special teamers, Will Lutz, Cade York are the kickers, Johnny Hecker, Tommy Townsend, the punters, Deion Rogers, Tristan Jackson, Rashawn Penny, and Sheldon Bartow are the return specialists. And now on to the AFC Conference Championship between the Bills and Dolphins. We'll start with Josh Allen finding Quez Watkins for 20 yards. The Bills had a field goal. They strike first. It's 3-0. Next drive for the Bills in the second quarter. Josh Allen finds Stephon Diggs, who's had a monster playoff run. 1-yard score. It's now 10-zip. Take it to the 2-minute drill for the Bills. Josh Allen will fire and find a wide open Dawson Knox for 13 yards. 17-zip at the half. We take an opening drive of the third quarter. After a turnover by the Bills, Paul Stover finds Tyreek Hill. That might be the spark they needed. 11-yard score, 7-17. The Dolphins might be back in it. Next drive for the Bills. Josh Allen finds Stephon Diggs for 25 yards. 20-7 lead as they tack on a field goal. Next drive for the Dolphins. Paul Stover trying to get the Dolphins back in it. He gets hit as he's throwing and finds Kyer Elam covering Tyreek Hill. Elama interception is now 23-7. Now to the fourth quarter. Bills take over and Devin Singletary finds them into field goal range. 11-yard rush. It's now 26-7. Take it later in the fourth quarter. Next drive for the Bills. Josh Allen, deep drop on a 3rd and 3. Finds Stephon Diggs to put them in field goal range. Paul Stover on the fourth down slid short of the line to gain. That's why the Bills had a possession there. It's now 29-7. One last hope for the Dolphins. A play action. Stover off his back foot. It's intercepted. And Buffalo's heading to Dallas as well. That is Keelan Thurston with a pick. Bills win it 29-7 as they head to Dallas. So with that all said, the stage is set. The AFC and NFC Conference Championships have been decided, and the winner play in the Super Bowl 59 in Dallas. It's going to be the 3-seed Bills of the AFC and the 1-seed Giants of the NFC. The game will come out as soon as I'm ready with it. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next time where we hopefully win our Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills.